All right, so of course we're in graduation season. It's
Yes.
pretty much over by now. So that means there's lots of kids
Out there looking for our jobs.
Yes.
Basically.
They're all coming for them, guys. So we're going to be talking with an author from USD. She has some tips for your kids or for you grads on how to survive in the real world. How to find a job.
How to find a job. Can use all the advice they can get.
Yep, we'll be right back. When you graduate college, you're getting ready to start a whole new chapter in life. You're ready to go out in the real world. Joining us to talk about what that real world looks like and what you should be prepared for, Gina DeLapa from USD. Good morning, Gina.
Good morning, Lisa.
Okay, so lots of students on their way into the real world now.
Yes.
Are they going to be in for a rude awakening?
Well, not if they're prepared, and it isn't hard to be prepared. You just have to know what's in store and step up and do what it takes.
There's some real, you talk about in your book, some real kind of no-brainer, very common sense tips.
Yes.
To make it.
Right.
So let's talk about a couple of them.
Sure.
I mean, this is a no-brainer. If you're going to walk in to apply for a job, dress the part, right?
Dress the part and carry a pen. I mean,
you would think.
You would think, but this is something that's important for all of us. The way to stand out in any classroom or any job market is to be what I call cheerfully low maintenance. And that means being one step ahead, not two steps behind. So if we have to ask the employer for a pen, right away we look bad.
That's such an easy idea.
It is. And grab a pen, you'll instantly feel more confident.
And I like this other step you have, this other tip, which is if you mess up, fess up.
That's catchy, isn't it?
It is. Very, very smart.
It is. Now, this is not a case for spilling your guts or botching your own cause, but let's face it, we all have times when we have to own up to a mistake. I learned this as a teenager. I put a big scrape in the orange padded roof of my mother's car.
Right.
It was really bad.
Right.
I'm still paying it off.
Sure.
But the point is, when there's something you have to say, get it out in the first sentence, apologize, make repairs, and move on. That's how you maintain trust and credibility, not by making excuses or dodging responsibility.
And also saying, yeah, you know what, boss, I did make a mistake. I will work on it.
This is
right?
how I'm going to fix it so it doesn't happen again.
Right. Another tip you have here, which I love, is give a damn. Care about it, right?
Well,
care about your work.
You have to care about every aspect of your life, Lisa, from how you dress to your hygiene, your punctuality, all your work habits. If you don't pay attention to everything you're putting out into the world, your relationships are going to suffer and your own quality of life is going to suffer. So care.
Right.
It's just so easy to care.
Yeah, you have to show and show that enthusiasm, right?
Right.
To your boss.
And whether or not it's convenient. We don't always feel like going to work in the morning.
Right.
That's the reality.
It's a fact.
The best of us don't.
Right.
But we have to care.
And I like this one too. Leave the stories of your glory days behind.
Oh, that's a big one that a lot of new graduates miss. My mother has a saying, if you're going to grow, you're going to have to leave some folks behind. And what I've learned is sometimes the person we most need to leave behind is the old us. So don't go hanging around the high school once you've graduated. Or when you get into the workplace, resist the temptation to talk about how great it was back in the day in college.
Right.
People just don't care about that, and without knowing it, we could damage our own credibility.
All right, so Gina, you have all of these great tips in a book, right?
Yes.
And you have a book signing.
I do, today at 2 o'clock at the Grossmont Barnes & Noble. If viewers want to go to my website, stuffyoualreadyknow.com, they can find all of these tips that we're talking about and many more. There's even a link to a report with some important job statistics for new college grads.
Great.
So there's a lot of ways to interact on that site. You can download my free ebook, but I'd love to see as many people as possible today out at the Grossmont Barnes & Noble, 2 p.m., giving a short presentation on the book, signing copies, and just having fun.
Well, it's really, I mean, like you said, these are really just kind of common sense ideas.
Yes, but they're not yet common practice.
Right.
So that's a goal.
Into practice is a whole different part of that study.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming in,
Lisa.
Gina. All right, we'll be right back with more Good Morning San Diego right after the break. So it's 2